Danny, you got a chance to sit down with Willie today. What are your impressions of getting to sit down with Taggart and having that experience?
Tell you what, he's impressive and he's excited, and kind of the word that I kept hearing from the players that I talked to and from him was energy. And I think you do see a different energy, and it's not to bash Jimbo and what he accomplished here in Tallahassee, but it's just kind of a renewed sense of, hey, we're fresh, we're new, we have a new sense about us, and it's exciting. It's a great time to be a Seminole.
As far as what you're able to pick up and glean from Willie, what's he thinking right now? What does he want to do? What's the next step for him?
I think there's a couple things that he wants to implement in this program, and one's probably discipline. That's at the forefront. And there's also this kind of pace, and I think it's not only in the type of offense they're going to run, but it's how they go about practice, how they go about, prepping. Everything's at this pace. And I kept hearing that theme throughout and spending my time here, which I think can be a huge advantage. And I think it does invigorate the players as well. Like they're on the same tempo and everybody has the same rhythm about them. And it's just, again, it kind of goes back to this new energy that's here. And I think the discipline is important too, because that was something that was instilled in me, whether it was Coach Bowden kind of through Chuck Amato. We ran a tight ship. And I think it kind of got a little bit loose, and Willie Taggart's kind of tightening things back down.
You've got three quarterbacks right now, and James Blackman, DeAndre Francois, and Bailey Hockman. How would you size the three up and getting some time with them, and just your thoughts on the battle there?
Well, I think Coach Taggart's doing the right thing, and that's saying, hey, it's open. Like, it's an open competition. Obviously that Bailey, who's, the newest, the unseen guy. And then you've got James Blackman, who just played this last year, but the team struggled. So that's kind of hard for him to overcome because people say, oh, well, the record wasn't that great. And then you've got DeAndre, who had success his freshman year. So I'd say DeAndre is probably the leader in the clubhouse. But, everything I hear from James and the competitive spirit and the fire that he's in, I think he's going to make the most of these reps in full contact in spring. That he might have a slight edge going into fall camp, into two-a-days. But DeAndre definitely has an experience factor as well. The thing I've been impressed is how they're handling the competition. They're saying all the right things. It's not dividing a quarterback room. They're actually using it to make each other better, which is what you want to have.
You played the position. What are one or two things that these guys need to do to be successful in Taggart's offense?
Well, I never played an offense like his, thankfully, because I couldn't run to save my life. But the one thing I can relate to is the tempo. And, talking to Willie Taggart about how he discovered this tempo system when he was at USF was similar to Coach Bowden and how he's discovered it here with Charlie Ward. They were playing from behind, and all of a sudden they started having success running up tempo. And why fight it? Like, let's just go with it. And so, but to the quarterback specifically, I would say you're at Florida State. There's a tremendous amount of talent around you. Utilize that talent. You don't have to do it all yourself. You don't have to make the perfect play every single play. Find the check down, find the right guy, and just stay within yourself. Let the progressions, let the system do its thing. And if you make good decisions and distribute the ball where it's supposed to go, you're going to put up monster numbers. So I would say just be patient and play within the system.
Let's put your analyst hat on. Who's an under-the-radar guy you're excited to see, or someone you might say might break out this year?
I'm still looking for a wide receiver to break out. And I was asking all the quarterbacks, hey, who's your favorite guy to throw to? And I don't know who it's going to be, but that's the position where I think Florida State needs somebody to kind of elevate themselves. We know about Cam Akers and Jaquez Patrick and what they bring to the backfield, but there's going to be some opportunities for some big plays to be made. And then as a position group, I think this is kind of the one that gives Seminole fans the most consternation. It's the offensive line. Like, I want to see that group get better. My old teammate, Greg Fry, is the offensive line coach. I'm going to go hammer him now and say, you better get those guys protecting these quarterbacks. But that's the other group. I want to see them take it up a notch where we don't see the Florida State quarterback on the ground so many times.
Finally, you've seen it all spring. Charlie Ward, Derek Brooks, Peter Warrick, Bobby Bowden, these guys coming back, talking to the team at practice. How important is that for Willie to embrace that? And specifically here at Florida State, having those legends coming back, what does that mean?
I mean, to be honest, it's been something I've wondered why we haven't done it more as a Florida State family. You know, and you see the Miami Hurricanes have done it, you know, probably better than anybody else in the country. And then you've seen Alabama kind of latch onto that, and they have guys coming back. And I'm sitting there thinking, why aren't we embracing this more? And it's been one of the most refreshing things to see Willie Taggart do. And it's probably because he was a fan. Like, he was a fan of all these guys growing up. And so he wants them around the program. But to see not only players that he actually put on the staff and brings them back, but to embrace the Florida State family and the culture, because we've all been there. We all want what's best for the program. To see him embrace that has been probably one of my favorite aspects of him since he's taken over.